Anamorphic lenses are a type of camera lens that have been around since the 1950s. They're used in filmmaking to create a wide aspect ratio, which is basically the width to height ratio of the frame. Anamorphic lenses allow for a wider field of view and a shallower depth of field than spherical lenses. This results in a more cinematic look with a greater sense of depth and dimensionality. Spherical lenses, on the other hand, are the type of lens typically found on most still and film cameras. They have a round field of view and a deeper depth of field than anamorphic lenses. This results in a more naturalistic look with less of a sense of depth and dimensionality. Hey there, my name is Mika Matinizad and I'm a cinematographer and Steadicam operator. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, please subscribe to see more content like this. So what's the difference between these two types of lenses? Anamorphic lenses are used to create a wider field of view, while spherical lenses are used to create a deeper depth of field. Anamorphic lenses are also more expensive than spherical lenses. If you're looking to create a more cinematic look for your film, then anamorphic lenses are the way to go. So here are some of the differences. Distortion. In cinematic terms, anamorphic lenses refer to a type of lens that optically distorts the image in order to capture a wider field of view. This effect is often used in order to create a more immersive cinematic experience. In contrast, spherical lenses are designed to capture a more naturalistic image with little distortion. These lenses are often used in documentaries and other types of films where realism is prized over aesthetics. However, both types of lenses can be used to a great effect by a skilled director of photography. Another major difference between the lenses is the look that you get out of them. When it comes to cinematic lenses, anamorphic lenses are often seen as the gold standard. These lenses produce a beautiful cinematic look that can be hard to replicate with any other types of lenses. However, anamorphic lenses are generally more expensive than spherical lenses. There are a few reasons for this. First, anamorphic lenses require a special type of manufacturing and materials in order to produce that desired effect, which is a wider field of view. Second, these lenses are often much larger and heavier than spherical lenses, making them more difficult and expensive to transport and store. And finally, anamorphic lenses typically have a lower focal ratio, which means that they require more light to produce a clearer image. For all these reasons, anamorphic lenses tend to be significantly more expensive than spherical lenses. However, for many of the filmmakers, the extra cost is well worth it for the stunning cinematic look that these lenses provide. When it comes to filmmaking, the cinematographer, is responsible for creating the visual style of the film. This involves everything from choosing the right camera to selecting the right lenses. Alright, here's another great example of spherical lenses being used in the right context. As most of you guys have seen this movie, Deakins chose the ARRI signature primes on the movie 1917. The ARRI signature primes are a set of 12 spherical lenses that are ranged from 12mm to 275 focal lengths. The lenses were chosen for their ability to capture a wider range of scene types, from close-ups to landscapes. So the great Roger Deakins chose the ARRI signature primes because he wanted a lens set that would allow him to shoot the entire movie with a single camera. This would give the movie a consistent look and feel as if it was all shot in a one take. Deakins also wanted lenses that would allow him to capture a wide range of emotion, from the intimacy of a close-up to the grand sweeping landscapes in the film that are shown. So with all this said, which is better, anamorphic or spherical lenses? It really depends on what you're trying to achieve with your photography. If you want a more cinematic look with a greater dimensionality, then anamorphic lenses are the way to go. However, if you prefer a more naturalistic look with a little bit less distortion on the side, then spherical lenses are the way to go. Ultimately, it's up to you which type of lenses you want to use. Both have their own unique set of benefits and drawbacks. So what type of lenses do you prefer using in your cinematography? But just keep in mind, regardless of the type of lens that you're using, it is ultimately the skill of the filmmaker that determines the quality of the final product. With all that said, I hope you found this helpful. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys in the next video.